Morning guys, number 4 of the vlogs, and today we are looking at sheet mulching. This is another name for no-dig gardening, which has become popular the last few years, mainly for the fact that you don't dig, and that is like perfect for anyone starting out, especially because I think at first people get like they get an allotment or they see a patch of land or they don't really want to dig up their garden, but they want to have a veggie patch themselves. And I think the worst bit about it is like the daunting thing, especially, is digging up your garden or coming over it and spending hours just digging the soil. This method is all about building the soil and doing it using a lot of free resources and not ruining your garden. So you just add into it. So this is appealing for a lot of you guys watching, and hopefully what I'm going to show you can inspire you to do it in your garden or your allotment, and just show you a method that you don't have to be wasting hours and hours digging up soil, which is actually, like, I think once you dig soil and you turn that soil on a sunny day, the sun kills a lot of the microbes under the soil. You want to keep that under there. You just want to aerate it, get some air to it and loosen up the soil, because you're going to be putting stuff on top. It's early February now. We've had snow the last 2 mornings, but by midday the sun's out and the plastic bottle greenhouse is doing its job today. It's nice and warm in here, so hopefully I can start bringing my seeds over to thaw out over in the greenhouse. But what I'm going to do is show you the patch. I've literally just come straight in here. I'm just going to have a little walk around. I'm going to check on the worm run as well. I've not really looked at that for 2 weeks. I put in some last week and I forgot to look at the worm run, so we'll see how much they're producing as well, and then we'll get to it. We'll have a nice short video. I'll try and explain it like nice, easy, basic, how to do it, simple methods, and yeah, so let's get going. Right guys, so this is step 1. So on my allotment, obviously I can teach you to do this straight on top of grass, but the grass has got to be mowed, or in my situation I already had, like, it was already a border between grass and soil. So if you're going to do this, firstly you want to like shave down your grass quite a bit, or for example if you've got dirt, you leave it like so, and the first thing you should be doing is aerating. So you want to get it in and just dig it out a little bit like that, and you're aerating the soil. So I've already got I'm 1 step ahead. I've already got the manure already on my soil, but I'm going to dig down deep and aerate it as well, just because I'd already done it, but I'm going to show you as an example. Just dug in a load of manure. This is just a dirty bit. You just got to not be a prude and get on with it. You've got manure. It's absolutely teeming. You've got the worms in there. You've got like the fungi already breaking it down. Look, there's loads of little worms in there. This is the sort of quality you need. Next step, all your cardboard that you've stripped full of sellotape, just got to add it on, and we're going to overlap each bit by 6 inches as well, so no weeds coming through at all. You just eliminate it, and that just but by doing this it just suppresses the weeds and creates that forest floor level. Right, so that's the cardboard level, guys, and it's all overlapped by 6 inches everywhere to suppress the weeds. And now what you got to do, just soften it up, water the cardboard, just helps it break down, because eventually you want it to break down and turn into compost and becomes a brown material, like carbon material in the soil. I'm over in the compound now. This is the free resource of manure. You've got all like the white stuff's like the fungi, the microbes breaking it all down. That's the good stuff. Luckily we get it for free. Also we get wood chips for free. This is all from my mate. He's a tree surgeon, but like they literally have bundles of this stuff, and if you ask most tree surgeons on the road, wherever, they're happy to give you it, because it's like it's a chore for them to take it to the yard and get rid of it. So that's a resource I recommend using or taking advantage of for sure. So yeah, give it a go. But luckily for me, I've got all this, and this breaks down as well. Look, as you get under it, like that's going to break down into soil eventually anyway. So as I said, it breaks down over time, it'll break down, and you do the same the next year, and then you've built the soil, and it's good quality stuff. The final layer is the wood chip mulch, and this is like just mimicking nature as like the forest floor, like wood floor, and yeah, this will eventually break down. Like it's just full of like leaves and twigs. So like, for example, like how like there'll be trees in between this, let's say, on a bigger scale, and then all this comes off the tree, dies, breaks down, goes into the soil, feeds the tree, and then the same cycle happens the following year, and that's how it works. So what we're trying to do here is, what we'll do, we'll move this out of the way. You've got your cardboard there, you'll break that, plant, say like, let's say a tomato plant, so the roots will go into the manure, and then it will come through here. The cardboard suppresses the weeds, and then the this like wood chip layer will just cover it up, and this will eventually break down, and then you'll do this year by year. So year by year it will break down eventually and turn into good soil. So you're constant, like as I said before, this is as basic as it's going to get. It's super easy, no excuses. You've got like a long into a veggie patch, as quick turnaround, no digging involved. You just add in, as long as you've got the materials and you source them well, you just need to add to it, and then you've got yourself a veggie patch. In further vlogs, when I get to planting, I'll show the final method of how to do it, but for now this is how you do it. And hope you enjoy it, hope you use it. It's really easy, and hope this video breaks it down as best as possible. I've got an Instagram story on my Instagram page at Jack's Patch at the minute, and it'll break it down really quick, and probably, like I'd say, I'm gonna save it to my Instagram so it's permanently up, and then you can just watch it while you're doing it, or watch this video back. This is just a further explanation of why each layer does what it does. So just a little breakdown, guys. So we've got grass, mowed grass or soil, and then we've got the manure compost level layer, excuse me. That's going to have all the good stuff for the roots. Then we've got the cardboard level, which is suppressing the weeds, which is a carbon brown material, which will break down, good for the soil. And then we've got the final wood chip mulch level, or straw. The straw I've got here, but I might do on a smaller bed. As I've only got like a limited resource of that, where the wood chip was free and there's an abundance of it. And that final level is full of good like brown material as well, like dried leaves, you've got twigs, you've got wood chip, and that will break down and that will feed the plant as well. But that's like mimicking the forest floor, and that is a protector for the soil as well. So when the sun hits the soil, it's not disturbing any of that life that's underneath. And yeah, so that's it guys. So that is a breakdown of permaculture sheet mulching. It's a form of no dig, and also lasagna gardening as well, which you can see on YouTube or in books. But lasagna gardening is just more layers. I think it's a bit more involved, slightly more complicated. So this is just a really easy way to turn your lawn into a veggie patch. With it in like that has taken me, let's just say, once you shift it all on, it takes like a couple of hours, but you've got it done in a day, and then you've got your veggie patch. And then say you've got the plants ready to go, you just move it out of the way, pot the plant, move it back over, and do that as much as you want, like make it as big as you want. I've got the scaffolds around it, and you can make it nice and smart, or you can just lay it out as you please. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it guys. I'm going to keep these videos coming, so episode 5, I might, in the comments below what I showed you with the butler sink, I had a little poll on Instagram and it came out more for a herb bed than a water feature, but I'm going to like figure it out myself. If I see like some other examples, I'll just pick and choose. So I'll do a next video on that, or even my how to build a bug hotel and just get some good predators in. So you got bees, pollinators onto your patch, attract them in, and we'll do like I'm looking at putting a flower bed on top of that. So we'll have like bee pollinated flowers and herbs coming out the top, and then just all little bits and pieces so they can hide and hibernate and live throughout the summer and look and take care of your garden and pollinate all your veggies which you need. That is the most important thing. They're there to pollinate everything, and so you've got the food. So all good guys, look forward to seeing you next week.